Well, thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here. And you know, I'm probably not going to share anything new that you already don't know. Pat, I may politely disagree a little bit in regards to, you know, you said something along the fact that it's good that we're having this minimum wage discussion now, but you're absolutely right about one thing. We should have had this discussion a long time ago. The interesting part of the minimum wage discussion is that it has a lot of moving parts. And as I've said quite often, I have concerns about the impact on the small business community. I have an impact on what the increase in costs will be to our seniors who are concerned. But my primary concern still remains with the most vulnerable populations, many of which you serve. And to date, there really hasn't been that visible sign of financial buy-in from the state. As I always say with people, be patient and be cautious. It's a budget process. The process starts in January, it ends March 31st, and that's when pens are down, and that's when I hope that we will follow through on our commitment to the disabled population. As your documentation and advocacy notes rightly state, the nonprofit community has actually been the savior to the state's problem over 30 years ago. And with that solution comes commitment from we at the state level to make sure that we provide the resources. I was talking to Hans and some of his consumers who were here this morning, but I could have the conversation with Fred, and I could have the conversation with Mary Ann and with Alan and all the different groups throughout the state of New York. You can look at a newspaper any Sunday and you'll see multitudes of ads for job opportunities. There is already a dearth of individuals providing direct care, as you rightly point out. There's already a shortage. And it will only get worse when more attractive opportunities in other industries are providing greater resources and we're not making that investment. We need to make that investment. I can tell you that in the Assembly, my colleague Andrew Hevesy from the city has started a sign-on letter to mandate and require and ask of our speaker, when he's negotiating the budget on our behalf, that the direct service workers, those who take care of most vulnerable populations, are part of that discussion when it comes to the minimum wage. And I look forward to March 31st when hopefully, and I feel comfortable that we will have a very positive outcome. But your advocacy is what matters the most. This is why you need to visit with each and every one of your legislators, not once but twice. We go back maybe 3 years ago when we had a very unfortunate circumstance, my first year in office, where there were cuts that were being assigned to the nonprofit community. That's when I got to meet everybody all at once as a freshman legislator. But your advocacy was the best of anybody. And if that type of Herculean effort can be put into place, I think it'll help strengthen the message. And the reality is this: we at the state, we need to stand by what we need. We need to put our money where our mouth is. And I think that that's something that throughout this budget process, I expect to see. Thank you very much.